Fuse Talk Show. I'm your host, Ira Fuse, and today we will be interviewing a few very important people from one of our favorite books, The Catcher in the Rye. So let's get started, shall we? Our first guests are some very important people, Mr. and Mrs. Antolini. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, Miss Fuse.
Please call me Ira.
Alrighty then.
Well, let's get started then. How do you guys know Holden?
Well, I was one of his former teachers at Elkton Hills, and we just ended up keeping in touch over the years.
Oh, that's very touching. How did Holden behave at Elkton Hills? Was he a good student, class clown, troublemaker?
He wasn't really in any of the crowds, but at the same time, he was in all of them. When it came to school, though, he never wanted to try, even though he had a lot of potential.
Mrs. Antolini, why do you think that is?
Well, I partly think it's because he lost his brother, Ollie, to leukemia, and because the people he was surrounded by, he considered them to be phonies.
Enlighten us on what a phony is.
Well, honestly, I don't think anyone can explain that, but a phony is better than Holden.
Mr. Antolini, could you please explain to us what happened the night Holden came over after he was kicked out of Pincy?
Well, the poor child was exhausted, and he ended up falling asleep on our couch. And after a while, I went to check on him, and I noticed a spider was on his head. And when I went to brush it off, I scared him away.
Why would you scare that poor child away? I can't believe you would do that.
All right, folks. Well, that's all the time we have for you today.
Oh,
Thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
Up next, I would like a warm welcome for our next guest, Mrs. Morrow. Welcome to the show, Mrs. Morrow.
Well, hi, Ira.
So, how do you know Holden?
I think you're confused. I don't know a Holden.
Yeah, the boy on the train?
What? He said his name was Rudolph Schmidt.
I'm afraid that was a lie, ma'am. I mean, his name is Holden. Holden Caulfield.
That was him? Where is that boy? I'm going to teach him a lesson.
Ah, what on God's green earth, lady?
As we were.
Okay, so how does your boy do in school?
Oh, he's a lovely boy. He is the best I could have asked for.
Not what we heard.
Why, what have you heard?
Well, we heard he's just quite rude to the other boys, constantly snapping them with wet towels in the hallways.
Not my boy. My child is a perfect little angel. He was even voted the class president by his peers.
That was a lie, too.
Oh, I don't think so.
Well, okay then. I guess that's it for her then. Up next, we have a taxi cab driver from Holden met in New York, Mr. Horowitz.
All that stupid kid would talk about was those darn ducks. Just the ducks. The ducks. The ducks. The ducks.
What about the fish?
Are you making fun of me? Are you making fun of me?
No, sir. No, I was just trying to lighten the mood.
Oh, that stupid kid. All he wanted to talk about were those darn ducks.
Well,
Ducks. I hate ducks. Stupid ducks. Ducks. They're just ducks. For God's sake, ducks.
Well, they do
Hey,
mean something to him,
Ah,
sir.
stupid ducks. I hate ducks. I hate ducks. You know how much I hate ducks. I
I
hate
gather that you
ducks.
hate ducks,
I
but I
hate
mean-
them. I hate these ducks. I hate ducks. Ducks are dumb.
They mean something.
No, they don't. They're ducks. They're just ducks.
Security!
Ducks. Stupid ducks. Stupid ducks. Ducks. Oh, God. Ducks. Hands off me.
Well, after the break, we'll come back with another former teacher of Holden's, Mr. Spencer. Up next, we have a special guest.
Well, I think I got it. Oh, I need to watch. That's why I need a hamburger.
It's for a small girl. Oh, wrong one.
Oh, crap.
Welcome back to the show, and please give a warm welcome for Mr. Spencer. Welcome to the show, Mr. Spencer.
Well, thanks for having me.
How was Holden as a student at Pensy?
Well, he never really tried, and that made me upset. So I told him, Holden, you have to apply yourself. But he still didn't listen, so I was kicked out.
How was your relationship with Holden?
Well, I actually quite enjoyed his company, and he reminded me of myself as a young boy.
Oh, that's very touching. Thank you for the interview today. I think that's all the time we have for you. So thank you for coming on the show. Next up, we have another one of Holden's friends, Sunny.
Well, hello, Miss Hughes.
Hi. Welcome to the show. So, how did you and Holden meet?
Well, the boss man, Maurice, he met Holden in the elevator at one of our main hotels. So he set me up for a throw. But then we ended up not doing nothing, and then talking about the most boring things that he could think of. So I just went ahead and fell right on his sleep.
Oh, I did not know that's how you met Holden.
Oh yeah, that's how I meet most of my friends. Well, I have to go. I have an appointment in 20 minutes. I'm so glad I got to meet you.
What's going on? I'm not even running my own show. Welcome back to the show, folks. Give it up for Carl Luce.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Well, thanks for having me.
So, how was your talk with Holden at the bar?
Oh, goodness. He is so immature. I don't understand when this kid's gonna grow up.
Well, you have to understand, he has lost a lot in his life.
I know, but everyone's gotta grow up eventually. And he needs to start like 2 years ago.
And Carl, cut the boy some slack.
Even if I did, would it make a difference? The day he grows up will be the day pigs fly. Oink, oink.
Have a little faith.
No.
Well, I guess we're done here for today. Thanks for coming, Carl.
The pleasure was all mine.
Next up, we have some friends of Holden's from Pensy. Give it up for Ward Stradlater and Robert Ashley. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks. No problem.
So, how are you guys' relationships with Holden?
Not as bad as Stradlater's.
Was that supposed to mean you half-wit ginger?
You need some ice for that bird?
At least I was a good friend to Holden.
At least I know a thing or two about hygiene.
At least my razor ain't rusty.
Ew.
Sorry.
Boys, you can discuss this later. We're here to talk about Holden. Athlete, what did you mean you were a better friend to him?
You see, I didn't knock him out or steal his girlfriend.
Whoa. You can't prove that I did that either.
What do you mean I can't prove that? Everybody saw it.
Whoa, you didn't see it.
Oh.
You can't prove anything.
Oh, yeah?
No, I'm telling you, you can't prove anything.
Security,
You get a girlfriend of your own. You find some woman who will go out with you. Hey, do you validate parking?
No! Jane Gallagher and Sally Hayes. I sense some tension between you two ladies.
You don't.
You had to put us on at the same time.
You were the one that stole my man.
You were the one who wouldn't write or call.
I was waiting for him to make a move.
You know he isn't the real man in the relationship. He's still an immature boy.
I thought he would have changed over the years. You have to give him a chance.
Obviously not, since he went from screaming at me to asking me to marry him.
Ladies, it looks like he is the one at fault here, not you. Why can't we just be friends?
I don't want to be friends with her.
I hate you too.
We are here to talk about Holden. Fight backstage. Jane, how did you meet Holden?
Oh my goodness, we lived next to each other in Maine in the summer house. We played checkers all summer. I kept my kings in the back row, and you can use the heck out of him.
Aw, how sweet. Sally, what did you mean by he went from screaming at you to asking you to marry him?
Well, we went on a date to my favorite show, The Lunds. Don't you know? Then we went ice skating and had a great time. And when we took a break, he just lost it. And he started rambling about how we could move out west and get married. And I really just wasn't ready for that.
I'm sorry, I can't do this.
Another one is leaving?
That's
That's it, I'm done. Lucille, I need something stronger. Next, we have Mr. Horowitz, a taxi cab driver Holden met while he was in New York.
Leave that poor child awake. Scare that poor child.
I think they should just have their.
Oh, you gotta answer another
No,
question.
you're gonna say it, and then I went to brush it off. He scared himself
Oh,
away.
he's limited. We should have bigger poster cards.
I can't.
Bigger poster.
Okay.
Welcome back to the show again, folks. Since it seems I've lost complete control of my show, let's try this one more time, shall we? Alright, up next we have another guest, Holden's younger sister, Phoebe Caulfield. Welcome to the show, Phoebe. If you leave in the middle of my interview, I'll run Holden over with a bus.
Oh no, please don't. I love him very much.
Then don't leave. So, how did you feel when Holden told you he got kicked out of Pennsy?
I was very disappointed in him, but I expected it of him. He never wants to apply himself to any form of educational system.
My, those are some very large words for a very small girl.
Yes, indeed they are.
Alrighty then. How did you feel when Holden said he wanted to leave?
I wanted to go with him. I didn't want him to leave. Like DB and Allie, and I couldn't stand losing another big brother.
Oh, honey, how sweet. Well, it seems that's all the time we have for you today. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Next is the one guest you've all been waiting for. Please give it up for Holden Caulfield. Holden, thank you so much for being on my show. It's an absolute honor.
Well, the pleasure is all mine.
So, I have a few questions to ask you. And my very first question is, what is a phony?
Everyone is. Well, at least any adult.
So, I'm a phony?
Probably. I mean, you sure act like one.
How so?
Well, you pretend to be interested, but you're only doing this for the ratings.
Well, alrighty then. How do you feel about Robert Ackley?
He was great to be around when he was quiet.
In all seriousness, Holden, what was your relationship with him?
I used him whenever I felt alone. I turned to him when there was no one else.
That's a little harsh, don't you think?
Yeah, but it's true.
Oh, and I almost forgot. What happened the night that you went over to Mr. Antolini's apartment?
Well, I finally fell asleep after a really long day, and then I felt something on my head, and it startled me, and I woke up, and there he was, just standing over me. So I just got up and went out of there.
Oh, that seems a little odd, don't you think? I mean, he was one of your teachers. Are you sure there wasn't maybe a bug or a spider on your head?
No, definitely not.
Oh, well, let's move on from that topic then. How's your relationship with Jane?
Oh my gosh, Jane, she was something else. Oh my gosh. Whenever we would play checkers, she would keep her kings all the way in the back, and I never really understood why she did that. And we used to hold hands, but I'm not really sure what it meant, though. I think I might have loved her, but after her and Stradletter's date, I think I lost my chance.
What about Sally, though? Didn't you love her?
Nah, she's another one like Ackley. I only hung out with her as a last resort.
But you asked her to marry you.
I didn't mean it. I don't always think when I speak.
And one last question. What about Ollie?
I miss him.
I miss you too, big brother.
Ollie?
What was that?
Wait, don't leave yet. Oh.
That's it, I quit.
I'm